Well, I would like first of all to welcome you to this meeting. It is a very topical subject, emergency surgery. Urgent surgical conditions occur every day, and they are no respecter of the health service, how it's organised, how it's financed, or how the training arrangements are put in place for training the next generation of surgeons.
It's really worrisome to me that when you look at national emergency laparotomy audits or the Scottish audit of mortality, that emergency laparotomy in this country still has a mortality of 15 to 20%.
What I enjoyed is the discussing about pros and cons of emergency surgery, and I also enjoyed looking at where emergency surgery is going forward in the future, and I think that's very important, especially being a junior trainee in surgery.
40% of the patients never get to ICU and HDU. This is a population who need that support, and yet we as surgeons are hardly ever trained in that expertise.
Should emergency surgery be a defined subspecialty? Well, clearly in my view, no. Who should do emergency surgery? All GI surgeons. What's the job description? Well, funnily enough, it's not much different from the job description we all signed up to when we got a consultant job.
It's incredible to have so many specialists from all over the world come and give their specialist opinion on what is an evolving subject, a debate that's starting to kindle and to rage in the United Kingdom about the role of emergency surgery and trauma surgery as well.
But the reason that acute care surgery became popular in the United States, it became evident that trauma surgery was becoming a very undesirable discipline because of the lack of operative opportunities. Well, I think the topic of how to deal with emergency surgery is a global issue all over the world. And the answer to that is going to be regionally dependent. And I think today has been a phenomenal exercise. People have presented different ways to do it rationally and effectively, and I'm confident that Scotland will come to the best solution.
Can I just ask the panel what they feel about including trauma in emergency surgery, as we've just heard? It's not a paradigm that we usually recognise in this country, is it?
It's been a fantastic day so far. I always love coming to the Royal College here. It's a fantastic place. The talks today were great. They were quite political talks on emergency surgery, which is the way things may be heading. Personally, I'm doing a presentation this afternoon as well, so I'm going to be preparing for that.
There have been huge advances in orthopaedics, and we have a lot more surgical weaponry at our disposal to fix fractures. Internal fixation is used far more commonly than it was, and in the Royal Infirmary where I work, from the mid-1980s to the early 1990s, the rate of internal fixation of fractures increased by about 400%.
Well, I've really enjoyed the fact that the college has managed to bring together key decision makers in the area of emergency general surgery. It's a very interesting time with the publishing of the Shape of Training report and the increasing recognition of the importance of emergency general surgery to the general surgeon.
And there's been a big drive to focus arterial cases into major arterial hubs with a large group of surgeons and have a reduction in the number of hospitals providing vascular services, but it has had an impact.
We've got all these fancy whiz-bang technological gizmos, and we produce sometimes aesthetically pleasing, sometimes remarkable diagnostic images, but at the end of the day, the decision about what to do with that one person in the bed there has to be made by one person, and there's still an art in the decision making.
There has been such a lot of discussion about emergency surgery and whether we should be having a new specialty of emergency surgery. So the topic is timely. It's very important for patients how we manage emergency problems. So to have the expertise of a number of people who are acknowledged experts on the subject talking to us about emergency surgery is really important.